These are the male gonads, the testes. When you look to the anatomy of the testes, this is the outside covering or the scrotum. It's the skin back. And then you have the coverings of the testes. 2 layers. Innermost called tunica albuginea and outermost tunica vaginalis. We'll see this from the interior, more clear. And then this is the testes. Above it, from the back, this is the epididymis, which is this part. Sperms are made inside here, and then they're going to be stored in the epididymis. The epididymis has a head, body, and tail. And then the start of the vas deferens. This is the vas deferens. Vas deferens goes upwards, back again, enters the pelvis, turns around the bladder, crossed by the ureter. You may be asked, what's that tube? This is the ureter, crossing here. So here we're still going with the vas. Vas keep going this way until it meets the duct coming from the seminal vesicle. So this gland is the seminal vesicle. These are the questions you're going to be asked. So that is the seminal vesicle. The vas with the seminal vesicle will give us the ejaculatory duct. This is the prostate. This is the urinary bladder. Okay? We need to open this to see the interior structures. If you go like that, one more time. These are the 2 layers covering the testes. The inner is the tunica albuginea, the outer tunica vaginalis. Okay. This is, of course, the urinary bladder with the rogi inside it. Rogi means wrinkles when it is empty. Like this yesterday. At the neck of the bladder, we have the urethra. We have the urethra surrounded by the prostate. So this is the prostate. We had it from outside, this brownish thing. From inside,
They can't see it. You got it flat.
like this.
Come on this side, doctor. Of your
Now.
podium. Of your podium. If you come closer.
Make it vertical.
Come around
so
this
people can
way.
see it.
If you stand on the outside like you always do.
Should I stand here?
Yes, sir.
I think everybody can see here.
Stand on the table.
Those,
Nobody.
I stand on the table. Okay. Go this way. So again, this is from the inner section like that. This is the testes with the 2 coverings, tunica albuginea and tunica vaginalis. And then here is the bladder, urinary bladder, neck of the bladder, where the urethra starts. Parts of the urethra. This is the prostate. So from here through there is the prostatic urethra. Here is the pelvic diaphragm. Can you see this muscle and that muscle? Just the color a little bit darker here and there. These are muscles making the diaphragm of the pelvis. Opposite this area, we have only this piece called membranous urethra. Membranous urethra. So we have the prostatic urethra.
Awesome.
They can't see it.
Thank you.
He's the terror. Okay? So he's happy with this kind of structure. Okay. So here is the prostatic urethra, followed by the membranous urethra, and then followed by the penile urethra. It has internal sphincter and external sphincter. Internal is involuntary. Can you see? When I was there, they can see. When I'm here, this group, Mister, can you follow up? He's in his own world. How's Japan, this area? Good. Good. How many gold medals you got? How many gold medals you got right now?
We need to hurry up so that
Yeah. Good for you. So if you look at this, this is the prostate.
Thank you.
This is the ejaculatory duct. I'm going to ask you about this. Can you see this thing?
Where?
Ejaculatory duct, this piece. which is the union between, if I turn it from the back like this, one more time, these are the testes, the epididymis, the vas coming up into the pelvis, crossed by the ureter. Here is the seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle will have a duct, and the duct of the vas will both unite together, give us this ejaculatory duct, where it opens into the urethra, into the prostatic urethra. This one. Okay? I forgot to mention that we have another gland here called Cooper's gland or bulbourethral gland.
Where is it at?
It's located nearby to the membranous urethra or the pelvic diaphragm. Is responsible for the secretion of a lubricant, and it's also responsible for cleaning up the urethra from the acidity of the urine. So no more acid of urine once this gland starts producing the ejaculation fluid. Okay? Let me see from the back here. So here again, one more time, this is the prostate, the bladder, the seminal vesicle, and this is the ureter. Why this is the ureter? Crossing of the vas deferens. Where it ends into the bladder. Where it ends inside the bladder. I mentioned that yesterday. What area? Trigone. What's the trigone? Triangular shaped area inside the bladder. The upper two angles for the two ureters, the lower angle for the urethra. You still remember something like that? Gone with the wind. Good for you. Let me see the other half of this mannequin. Is more clear here. Okay? This is the bladder. Coming down from the bladder, this is the urethra, prostatic urethra, membranous urethra, penile urethra. This is the ejaculatory duct. Where is the vas? In this one. Can you see these two tubes? This is one, and this is one. Can you see it? This is one tube, and this is the other tube. Where this one is coming from? Is the testis in the abdomen?
No.
Wait, which tubes are they?
This one. Where this coming from? Hey, where this tube coming from? It's coming from high up. The heart. This is the ureter coming from the kidney. I told you yesterday the crossing of the two iliac vessels. This is the ureter. Can you see these two big vessels? The red and the blue. Once this tube crosses, so that is the ureter. Follow it down. It goes to the bladder. It ends at the bladder. So these are the two ureters. The ureter is crossed by this tube. So what is that other tube? That's difference. Crossings are so leading to the answer. So we have here, this is the vas deferens, and this is the ureter. The two of them crisscross each other, and then continue to be uniting with the ejaculatory duct ending into the inside of the prostatic urethra. So if I ask you about this cut section, this is the bladder, these are the rugae. What's that tube? What's that tube? Hey, what's that cut section? The colon. Back to the bladder, you have the large intestine, the colon. And about this is your anus. So above it is the rectum. It's a cut section in the pelvis. Okay? So when you're asked, what's that? This is part of the colon. This is the rectum. Okay? I don't need any more.